Okay, so our first game. Oh, we've gone to, let's go to we've gone to the rating page. I don't want to rate it because like I feel weird rating one game in a jam. Like it's been rated by 17 people. Yeah, I feel my thing with jams is like games should be rated by the other people in the jam. And I don't know. But you were doing a lot of game jams. Danny took 5,000 series regular. Submitted many games. We've been watching his make the dreaded transition from the second dimension to the third dimension. Last week with some reasonable success, a cool little horror game, and this time we've got shopping trip. Find food before getting killed. My zombies inside an abandoned. Oh, I did open. Okay. Extract all. Not to my desktop, but to viewer games on my desktop. Where's it gone? Usually it opens when that's done. Shopping trip date. Oh, it's come out in here, right? Okay. Ah, stupid. Weirdly packed Unity games. Okay, I hope there were no important instructions on the screen that we've missed. Can we do the game page itself? 3 hidden cans of food inside of an animal while avoiding zombies. So it's sort of similar-ish, I guess, to your last game where you were avoiding a thing and collecting things in 3D world. The game was made in 7 days for Blackthorn Prod Game Jam, and I'm not gonna. Man, you are finding all the game jams, man. You are scouring the world for game jams. You're making things. It's good. Quit. Oh, like you've got a little hover over thing, but it's made useless on the play button because there's no background. Find all canned foods and then get out. The more food you get, the faster the zombies get, so it just gets progressively hard. Okay. Oh, okay. Does the camera ever, like, follow me anywhere? A little run. Oh, my days. These textures are behaving. Let's turn my music off as well, actually. In case the game has any audio. I think it does. But it's very quiet. I can see my desktop audio making some noises like there's some... but I can't really hear anything. Oh, okay, okay. Some sort of like Resi Evil, I guess, style. Yeah, I can just about hear there's just a subtle, like, grumbling ambient. It's really hard to know which direction your keys are gonna send you. Because they're just, W is like up in the world, right? But... oh, that's cool. Dude, look at that! That was cool. I thought that was just a coincidence, or... oh no! Oh, do I need to be on this side of it? S, and then I guess it'll be A, and W. Okay, we got it. I didn't have to press anything. Zombies getting a little quicker. I like whatever this weird, like, pixelated shader is, like, in the distance. Like, we just get super low res the further away things are. All these camera angles, like they're a little awkwardly set up, but it's pretty cool. Ooh, there's one. Uh, are they just patrolling, or are they on like? Uh-oh, there's someone like right there on the. I'm digging this, like. Uh-oh, we're getting quite close to them here. Oh, is that our last one? We just need to get out now, right? I don't like how close I am to them. But I can't quite suss how their movement's working. Like if they're hunting me or if they're just on patrols. They always just seem to appear in a way that makes them look like they're about to be threatening. They look a little bit like they might be faked. Like, oh, oh, oh god, oh god, oh god. Uh, no, this is really under control. No, no. Ah. I just ran to the Coke machine instead of the door. This is where I have to come, right? When I get the things. Yeah, yeah. Tell me, I'm really interested though. Like, how do the zombies work? Like, what's the kind of quote unquote AI? What how exactly? What's their behavior like? Yeah, he's coming after me already. They do go after you. It's that one. Yeah. Different waypoints unless the player is close to them. I think you've chosen the spots for their waypoint very well. Um, I like that so many of the camera angles lead to you the first time you see them being like just sort of off in the distance. Oh god. Maybe I shouldn't come back with it. Have I got 3 now? Not sure how many there are on the map. Maybe there's more than 3. Oh, I think I'm like running off camera or something. Right. Yeah, careful. Sometimes I think because the way your cameras are set up, you're going to be like off camera before you. This one? No! Where did you come from? Where did you come? They seem to like rubber band a little bit though, so like. Yes! So like that one like zoomed up to me, but then I was just sort of able to keep running and get away from it. Like I don't know, it like worked. I don't know how much of that like was as designed or just worked out very well. But if you faked a bunch of stuff to get that to work, then well done. In the sense of like made them slow down when they get to the player, or like I don't know. I was like, where did he come from? How did he find me? I don't know. That's good. That's good. It's good that I don't know that. That's cool. The biggest issue with this is its controls. WASD, like this is fine here, but the moment the camera changes somewhere else, and it's tricky because obviously the camera is going to change with the player still on it. So like if you suddenly change to face it a different direction, then that just becomes weird. So I get that that's a tough compromise, and I don't know how I would do it better. So, but I will say that obviously the general feeling of the controller is not great because sometimes because you get disoriented because obviously W, like for those of you watching and not playing, like W currently will send me this way, S will send me that way, A and D will send me these ways, which is fine while you still kind of have orientation, but the cameras come from so many different angles and you never quite know what angle you're going to come from next. Then unless you can immediately see the character right away and you kind of keep root of that, it can be really tricky. I think one thing you could maybe experiment with is the idea of like instead of W always just pushing you up in the world, W always just moving the character forward facing, and A and D actually turning the character rather than just sort of moving you towards that thing, right? Like it's actually a little more awkward generally to control like that. But I think would work better with this camera system. Rather than like doing all your diagonals by 2 buttons and like just W up in the world, S down in the world kind of thing. Because that lets you do whatever you want with the camera angles. W is always like when the camera angles shift, you're going to keep going in that direction. Yeah, that might I've not actually played Resident Evil, so I don't know if maybe it does it like that. But that's how I would have done it if I made it. So that's the worst thing. Whatever this is, where things getting all wobbly in the distance, whatever weird effect you've wrangled there, works really well. The zombie logic is like perfect. I love it. I love that mostly like the first time you're gonna see them, just by nature of where you would go, happens to be like off in the distance. It's just like a little figure just moving away. Um, and then you're just steadily as you're exploring more. I don't know. It seems like there's more of them almost, just like where you've positioned them. They feel like they're getting closer, and then sometimes when they're really fast, like I was in that big open space and I felt pretty safe, but then one just rushed on. Once I was 3 cans up, so that's cool. But then he rushed on. He was going so fast, like he was going fast. Like there must have been something going on. Oh god, creeper cat coming out. He must have slowed down or something. There must be some sort of rubber banding where like you can because it feels like as long as you keep moving and you don't get stuck on anything, you can always be getting away from them even at 3 cans, which is very good. That's very smart. Um, so this is great. The things, yeah, the controls are an issue. Obviously, you really want something to happen when you die that isn't just like snap effect, right? Just like kicking you straight back to the start. Game jam, limited time. I get it. But it's such a huge win. It's such a huge win to be able to do any kind of transition, any kind of like game over fail state, any kind of you win state, rather than just even when you won, it just kicked us back to the menu. Win state is less important than the fail state. Less people are going to see the win state. um, but um, but other than that, like this is super good. Like the tone is like right there. Um, you didn't bother like there wasn't like any like extraneous text or anything like that. It was just is what it was. A very simple mechanic. Do this, get out. Um, it was clear what you had to do. It worked. Like yeah, I didn't have to press a button to pick up a key or like pick a can up or anything like that. It was just get close enough and you get it. It was simple. It just disappeared. Didn't have to worry about it. That was good. Um, Yeah, so more feedback on things. So like just like I don't know, maybe sound effect when you pick up the can, maybe like anything at all happening when you win or fail the game, and the controls. Those are the main areas to work on with this. But it's great. Like I'm enjoying. Like there's rapid progress with each one of your games. So keep making stuff. Keep doing what you do. It's going well for you. I'm enjoying very thoroughly watching your game development journey from. I can't remember what the first thing was that you submitted, but this is we're stepping up and up and up, so it's good. Well done. Thank you very much for that one, Danny Sook. Next up, we have Lifetime, a game from Jawson3. Top-down wave shooter I made a few Ludum-Daries ago. Okay, which one was this? This one was 44. Did I enter 47? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. What was 47? Oh yeah, stuck in a loop. I was like, I remember doing 47. Did I do 47? I did. Stuck in a loop, yeah. Lifetime. This was for 44. What was 44? Well, the theme was for 44. Your life is currency. Okay. Lifetime is a top-down shooter where you can trade your health for time. Oh, that would have told me it right away, right? Health for time. Health often is time. But let's. Okay. Press the right mouse button to barter your life for slower time. Keep in mind that you move the same speed no matter what speed time is moving at. So. No, I'll keep reading. There are 8 enemies feet apart, and one gets introduced every 2 waves. Okay. WASD, left click, right click. Simple. Cool. We are beyond the jam, so we'll get the 1.1 version. Once Google Drive grants permission. Oh, did I click it twice or something? Windows protected my PC. There we go. What am I gonna say? Let's turn this down a little bit. No, I'm not gonna say. I mean, yes, but more importantly, what about the mix? What do the mixels mean? Mismatched styles. Yeah, that's it. So why? Out of interest, why? I want to know, because you know right away it's a problem. So why did it never like this? How did we make this? Is this like fulltext.com stuff? Like how did? It's like we made some high-res things, but then realized we are actually making a low-res game. So then like. So the high-res art is like actually low-res, but then we've also got pixel art that's bigger than even the low-res. Nothing on the screen matches the resolution of the game. Like nothing. Like this is way too low resolution. This is sort of both because it's like rotated, and this is too high resolution for it. So it's like. Looks all alias. Excuse me. Literally cooltext.com. Alright, fair. Anyway, yeah. Mismatch. I don't know what the game's gonna look like, but I like this effect. Hovering over this is cute. What else to move? Ah, okay. That sound on repeat was probably unwise. I have to enter full screen. Okay. We will do that. Can I zoom from that? Or is it easier for me to zoom if I'm just in windowed full screen? Yeah, I want to keep my ability to zoom in on things. Unless that improves the art any or... No, not really. It's about the same. I'm slow plus plus. Music fades in, music fades out, music fades in. And even those orbs, man. Just pick a resolution. Pick a resolution and draw at it. If you realize you've gone too big and you want to make pixel art, just make the resolution smaller. Like, I kind of dig the music fade out. It just makes it, there's the weird tension. So far though, I'm like, why would I use this slowdown thing? It costs me health. It feels like it would be like an emergency burn at the moment, rather than a core mechanic. Which maybe you know now after having made the game. Maybe it was just sort of an experiment, you weren't sure how it was going to pan out. I mean, let's try it, I guess. Yeah, I suppose it's like when they get a bit too close, you can press that, get a bit further away. And still take a bit of damage, but maybe less than what we would have taken. Moving and shooting's alright, although I've noticed when you move, like, it stops feeling like the bullets are actually coming out of the gun, because they're like, they've got a bit of delay, and I don't think they're actually coming out of the gun as such, so that, yeah, it feels a little weird. Just a little desynced, you know? Just want to play around with, like, the timings and things of that, and the angle of it to make it so it still feels synced when you're moving. It can be tricky. I see. Are those like, yeah, those run just like random power-ups. The thing you have to try and do with these games is to create enemies or bullet patterns or whatever that make you adopt different movements than move in circle away from thing. you got one taking damage? I got it reasonably. I feel like I could tell when I was taking damage. No, yeah, actually the bar does just kind of go down. But it's a big bar. The worst thing in the world. Would definitely be better with it, but that's a minor thing, relatively speaking. Decent feedback on other things being, yeah. I like the explosions as well, even though they're weirdly mixed in their own way. The animation is good. Still have this thing with word animation. Every time I say it, I feel like I've said it wrong. I feel like I've said amination or something. And I'm like, no, that is right, animation. Are these spawning or something? So for example, one thing you can do in a wave is have things that, like, stationary enemies that don't just like track after the player like this, but as just stationary in different places and fire things. That forces me to aim in different directions, move in different ways, and so on. Even if that in itself seems less interesting, you got to think about how a player makes, how an enemy makes the player act. And like, well, these enemies are different from each other. Like, they move slower, move faster, and so on. Because their behavior is all basically the same, I just do this forever. These things doing, I don't know if they're like spawn, yeah, they seem to be spawning the little ones, right? That's like a little interesting, but it still basically is leading me doing the same thing, right? Part 2, Ivan 9, and everyone else who's followed so far, so just a bunch of you. Oh no, these guys create them as well, really. Oh, nice. It's just literally what these guys shoot at you. Okay, never mind. See, the start is the most interesting part, while everything is like everywhere. Just got kind of weird edge to the stage there, where it's just like colour and like lighter, slightly lighter color. Like, I'm sure there's some people who won't even be able to tell the difference between those two shades. Yeah, I like the weird tense music fade out and in. I think that's the cooler. That's the best little design flourish we've got in here. Oh, was it zooming out over time or something, or just those things have bigger explosions? I feel like everything was smaller. Now everything is bigger. It was just subtly zooming out over time. I'm sure. The explosions have some sort of AoE there? It felt like they exploded and... Can't be sure, I don't think so. It's alright, you know, it's like the general, the foundations of it, the moving around and shooting and stuff works alright, the shooting feels good. Yeah, there isn't quite enough feedback on when you take damage, but that's a small thing. Generally though, the enemies and the patterns and stuff need to be more interesting, and it's a shame as well that your key mechanic, the thing you themed it around and named the game after, just doesn't really impact the game at all. I was wondering if it would as well, just from the description of it. I was like, that's just gonna be like an emergency button at most, right? But then this tutorial actually makes it seem quite useful, because I'm like, oh, you would have to do that for that. That's interesting. But we never see anything like this in the game. Or do you have to? Can you get through there? I don't think you can you? Take a bit of damage. Do you take less damage if you only hit one thing? But that would make the slowdown interesting, though. But then you've got to ask what makes the trade for life part of it interesting. Because not much there really. It's just like, oh, there's a cost and it's life because that was the theme of the jam. It's just not in and of itself super interesting. But I think that maybe that's just the mechanic. I don't know if there's ways that becomes interesting. Because I was surprised by the tutorial. And I was like, oh yeah, you slow time to avoid like specific patterns like this. That would be kind of cool. AoE explosions. Oh, they do have AoE. Right. I wasn't quite sure. That helps a little bit, Jawsome, but I think mostly you just need more interesting enemy behaviors. Some that can be static. Yeah, some that spawn throughout the wave be interesting. Look at how other games do it. Look at Geometry Wars, and I made a game with zombies in it. I think that's what it's called. And so on, that have that kind of arena shooter thing. You just look at what their enemies do and how they're different from one another. It'll give you some ideas. And how they lead to like not just swarming in. Maybe it's, things don't have to. Because I say, an enemy can be stationary and just shoot like lasers, like a big beam that like circles around it. It can shoot a thing that homes in on you. Everything in your game was just a thing that homes in on you ultimately, right? Static projectiles that just fire in a direction and just like they don't home in on you, they just keep going in a direction, but maybe they aren't initially aimed at you. Maybe they're aimed like ahead of you, like tracking your movements slightly. So if you actually do keep going in a predictable arc, they're just going to hit you. There's all kinds of things you could do, like bombs type things that just like do an explosion after a while, but they're otherwise static. Any number of different things. There's no single correct answer. Just you just need more than what there was, right? But generally, like the foundations of it are okay. Like, yeah, like obviously more feedback and stuff is great and helpful. Pick an art style, like pick a resolution and stick to it. It's like you went high so that you had a lot of screen space, but you can still have a lot of screen space and just stick to low res. It just means most of you things are going to be small. But yeah, try and stick to a resolution. I naturally scroll down here to try and like rate it or whatever because it's legendary, but obviously that's well over. Anyway, thank you very much for that, Jawsome. That's good. I think the main thing though is the enemy variety and stuff. I think is the biggest thing. All the other things, even like the art consistency, the feedback and stuff like that, they are minor by comparison to what the rest of the game is. Next up is Cats for Hats, No Room to Fart. Okay. Global Game Jam 2021, the theme was Lost and Found. What's the highest score I can get? Let's find out. Cool, big team. Fartition High School is having yet another winter break, with an obvious rush of students wanting to recover their lost items from the school's lost and found department before leaving. Is that a thing? Mason, a young man struggling to feed himself and his family, decided to sign up for the distribution. To make some extra money in order to survive. Should I follow what this is about? But, alright. The free food product described to was no better than it smelled. He was in for a gassy journey. Okay. How do I download it? Oh, this is just some weird oversized 404 page then. Executable. There we go. That's reasonable. Yeah, throwing art out the window altogether for Blood and Row. But I mean, you can have a really throwaway style and still keep it consistent, and it's worth it. Like it's always worth being consistent, even if you're going to be low effort. Like just adding just that little bit of effort to make it consistent, even if like the art itself doesn't have. You can have bad art and have that bad art be consistent, you know. Just because, and all that really takes is thought. I coincidentally need the toilet. So I'll be right back to play this game. Can we full screen it? Oh, right. There we go. Right. Get this. Be off my face. Alright. No in red. Room to fart. What's that? See, the framing is all over the place. Like the framing is not the right word. The composition is all over the place, but the style is consistent. Press space to start. Well, here we are about to work overtime to get by until next month. At least the fruit is free, I guess. This feels like a game that's based on someone's like weird anecdotal experience they had one time, you know? This one time I worked for the thing and I ate this food and it made me really farty. Let's make a game about that. What is this? Oh crap, I hope they give me restroom breaks. My gas will definitely get me in trouble. Super intense cough.png. Calling all staff, kindly head to your posts. Or not, I'm a voice, not a cop. Meanwhile, at the office. So what am I doing? Space to fart silently when prompt reaches but listen for stomach aches. Oh right, he wants this. Oh, okay. I think I'm... So, I know you had in the description that there was a lost and found thing going on, but I can't pick this back up. See. Who's this person? Why is this? Oh, it's all over the place. Is this? Oh, it's a different color, but it's the only thing that matches. Oh, there was a noise. Oh, we have to like rhythm game fart. I suppose we do that while doing the game. It's like a multitask. Why are these different? Why are they're different colors to the things they want? Is that some sort of like, this probably isn't your thing, but it'll do joke? Don't know how precise you have to be with this. No, he seems to be like, no, that's the wrong color. Oh no, it specifically said green. Right, I think I get it. One of those, oh, but not one of those, it's green, right, so it's like a description of a plain thing, and then like, oh no, it's that color one. I think I get it. The art was at least consistent before, even though it was all over the place. Now it's a bit more not. Oh, this is some intense farting. Oh, finally, someone was here for. Oh, someone was here for the pink one. I got charged 2 coins to fart. What kind of job is this? Your wages get docked by 2 coins every time you fart. You don't have to press anything, you just sort of deliver it to them. Where's that? Not sure we have one of those, buddy. I'm not sure where it is. If he walks into the big green cloud, does something bad happen? I can't see that anywhere. Oh, there. There's green. I'm gonna refresh. The score is getting rinsed right now. God damn it! No one caught up to all those farts. Sheesh, you have earned 38 fart coins. Beans, 50 fart coin, lobster, 100 fart coin, shawarma unavailable. What's that about? There's some sort of upgrades. Here we go again. Does this go anywhere? Is this a new level, or is that just the end? Is that an ending? Okay. Okay. So is this a good? Okay. It'll do though. The main thing I would say about the game part of this is my attention is drawn to weird areas of the screen. But just basically the composition of your game. Yeah, the game is a bit weird, right? And consider the important areas I look at here. Are like here, 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 and then also like I have to like see all these tiny things just that can be all over here. And this is actually quite important. Like it's a very important thing. It's like a main thing of the game. Right? The main thing of the game is like we're balancing doing this and doing this, but this one is such a small area of the screen by comparison. So trying to look over here, even with my periphery vision, just to see when the lines are crossing the thing, I feel like I have to focus on this at the time, and it's really like I can't physically do both at once. Might be more possible if this occupied bigger chunk of the screen, or maybe I don't know, it was at the, but I don't know, something just the focusing of it could be better, right? This whole area could be smaller and still have like the same number of things and stuff like that, right? Just hear like thing going off. Minus 10 coins, gosh. The mechanics are simple. It was weird at first just because some of them are different colors and so on. But you get it once you actually try a thing that looks vaguely like the thing, it becomes clear, but it's not too bad. Nothing really explained that could be a thing, but it doesn't take too long to get the hang of it. The art is obviously all over the place, but it's just is what it is. Yeah, just try and pick a resolution. You know, you got pixels this big, you got pixels that big, pixels this big. I know it's hard because you're probably just using art from all over the place, but you had a whole team. Was no one doing the art? Or were several people doing the art, and they couldn't agree on sizes. You need to agree on a pixel size. Just have it match. Just instantly makes everything look and feel way better. It's like, yeah, I think the biggest issue I have with this is just the use of screen space. It's just like this is on the screen, which is useful, but it's there for the whole duration of the game, you know? You can get rid of that after a time when the player knows what's happening, and then you've got more space to play with. Maybe this whole area just becomes like butt and line or whatever that's happening, right? Maybe the two windows are like here and here. Thing. So maybe this whole side of the screen. This whole side of the screen is just dedicated to the rhythm game, right? And then this side of the screen is dedicated to doing the thing, the rhythm game. You get more of a balance then. It feels like my eyes aren't just like my eyes have no reason to ever be down in this area of the screen. This is just unused real estate. You get what I'm saying? I feel like I jumped all over the place with my explanation of that, but hopefully it made sense. But the general idea is fine. It works. The context is weird. The storytelling is weird. It's very weird, but it works. I'm not the biggest fart game aficionado, but I guess it's a pretty alright one. And so that one, Cats for Hats. Yeah, we still have 3 assets. That's fair enough. Altsy, thank you for the resub. 6 months going strong. Thank you very much. Very cool. Which reminds me to remind you, do you have Amazon Prime? Do you use Amazon to get very convenient deliveries, even though you think maybe Amazon aren't a great company and I shouldn't give them money, but it's very, very convenient? Well, if you do, guess what? You also get Twitch Prime. And with Twitch Prime, you can sub to any Twitch person of your choice for free. For free, you get emotes. Importantly, I get money. So if you have a Twitch Prime, or you know someone with Amazon Prime who maybe doesn't use Twitch, maybe you can just log in anyway and Twitch Prime. They won't miss it. It's fine. Probably not illegal. But anyway, yeah, Twitch Prime. Give me your Twitch Primes. That's the end of the ad. Anyway. Yeah, if you don't sub with Prime, you're effectively no, I can't even say that with a straight face. Anyway, moving on. McFarlanedesign. We got doors. Doors. A psych. Worried about this door. A psychological platformer which follows a 12-year-old boy after a tragic accident. The boy has since developed retrograde amnesia. Search deep inside the boy's subconscious to discover what does retrograde mean. I've seen the word a lot. I don't feel like I know what it means. Just backwards or reverting. Or also a degenerate person, apparently. Noun, rare. You retrograde? I've never heard that. Backwards progressing amnesia? Yeah, exactly. Use your sub to take a small amount of money out of Jeff Bezos's pocket and put it back partly into Jeff Bezos's pocket because Amazon owns Twitch. But then a fraction of that goes back to me. So thank you, it's Ina, for the Twitch Prime subscription. We got one. There we go. It was worth it. Subscribe for 2 months. Thank you very much. Doors focuses around domestic vow. Oh gosh. Through cartoon imagery. Okay. Why do I feel like this is... You know what? I don't feel anything. Let's just save this. Let's just load it up. Jeff Bezos is stepping down? Is that a thing? Are these facts or are these Twitch facts? Two days ago, Jeff Bezos to step down as Amazon chief executive. Guess we'll just go be a billionaire. Being a CEO is a deep responsibility. You know what? Whatever. I don't care. Any action of a billionaire that isn't just them no longer being billionaires is generally not that interesting. Oh, I think I already extracted this. Okay, let's not stretch it, that hurts the art. Just keep it at this. Any suggestion on... Oh, okay. Press any key to leave. X on DualShock controller A. Okay, it's kind of overlapping the title public beta. Oh, this screen is all over the place. What is this just showing a jump? That's it's quite the diagram to. AO left arrow key moving left. This is a lot for what is very little, right? This is just WASD to move, space to jump, and P to punch. You've managed to somehow consume the entire screen space with this very small amount of information. Oh, gosh. What's happening? Oh.
This place looks familiar.
Oh god, we've got voice acting? I can't hear it very well. Okay, is it intentional that he doesn't remember his spacing? It's a simple fix. While you're moving, set image X scale to be whatever it is, as you kind of already do, unless you're using two sprites. If you're not using two sprites and you're setting image X scale here, just remember to just leave image X scale at whatever it was once you stopped moving, and then you'll be facing the correct direction afterwards. Jump arc is nice, but the frame rate it feels like is very well. I don't know if the frame rate is slow or just your numbers, you know, your gravity and speed are very low. So you like kind of want to turn them both up so you get like a faster, better feeling jump. Because it's just like how long is that? It's like 1, 2, like it's like a 2 second, like a 2 full second jump arc. That's long. We picked up a big pink thing, but it just sort of disappears. We don't really know what it's done. What happens if we fall? Yeah. We do eventually respawn. Maybe put that a bit closer, like that barrier. Here's me. Here's me again. Very sneezy today. Sorry about that. Brings me up there. Arrows telling me which ones to go into. This question might be answered when I step through this door, but what's this about? I almost don't want to go down. I want to... Oh, we have like the double and triple jumps, don't we? Oh, what? Do I think we're like inside the wall and kill us or something then? Or just falling down through this count as death, right? There's nothing to indicate that that would happen. Without simple trial and error. Oh, I just can't reach it. I wonder what's over here. Oh, okay, right. That's what I thought might happen. Don't know what that is, but we got it. Leap of faith there, because I just had to assume the screen carried on to the right, but I couldn't see. I can get to a lot of places that aren't relevant to the level. Exit. An art style. You've got this cute little hand-drawn character. You could have just done this same style for like all of this. Maybe you still plan to. It's early. Obviously, some of this is placeholder. But at the moment, it all like I know you want like an atmosphere or whatever, but it all just feels a bit too slow. What's this about? Get out of the way. Why does this should probably patrol between here and here if you want that to be that thing rather than all the way over down here. I get that it probably just goes to the first thing it hits, but maybe just put a wall there or whatever. I don't know. JG Zombie, thank you very much. Did we need like nothing's really needed or justified the triple jump so far. It just sort of trivializes the already fairly trivial jumps. Now we just kind of have to wait a long time. Moving platforms, man, I think they're a bane of new developers. I think they're a trap because they just take ages to program, and then when they're done, it's like, oh, finally they're done. I can't wait to see how much this adds to my game, and it turns out to not actually be a whole lot. I think the red things would eventually be doors. I think they are holders of place. Can I just sort of do this? Oh, almost. It's like the one position the platform could have been in where that wouldn't have worked. Yeah, everything just feels like it moves like 1 pixel a frame. Very slow. Okay. There's like a million and one little issues here, but like the key thing is the controls and the slowness, because that's just that like kind of kills it before it gets a chance to live, right? How do I get out of? Am I just stuck in here? Escape. U. R. Shift R. Control R. Keys. Enter. Oh. Enter shows some stuff. Shows me how many pink circles and blue things I got. Not that I worked out what any of those are. I appear to just be stuck. Let me reload this. Where is it? Where's the game? I'll just re-extract it. Whatever, just re-extract it so I get the folder up again. I'll probably just close the folder like a stupid. Cancel. There we go. What was he running away from there? What is that? Like a grill? Oh, there's a lot of levels we didn't get to. What's going on here? Oh, don't decorate with level elements. Ah, barbecue. Alright, okay. Can level select. Let's go to Act 2, level 15. Why is like so small and a total different resolution and style? What happens if we touch them? Just instant room restart. Okay. What is this level? Just why is it all at the top of the screen? What was wrong with this area of the screen? What? Oh, we can't even. Oh my god, there's invisible walls or something? Oh, is that what the crack is? Oh, they can walk off of here? So it feels a bit not finished. But that's fine. Yeah, it's like a beta. I don't know. Beta usually implies feature complete. I don't know. Don't know how you might do that. You want to speed up the character quite significantly. Increase the arc you've got is fine, so you kind of probably can preserve that arc, but like try and make things move faster. This screenshot looks way more interesting than most of everything else. And it's actually the most consistent and coherent looking as well, even though this isn't really. You've got this kind of weird like drawn style for the character. Replicate that through the whole game, you know? Like, you know, you've got like all these like weird stone bricks that are just suddenly like hard straight lines and stuff like that. Just make these the same style as this. Have them like be white. You can also have them be square or whatever, I guess, because you need to define your hitboxes. But like in the inside, you know, just like the black and white. Go with this like black and white style and apply that wholesale across everything. I think that's kind of where I would take the style of it. Because then you don't have green bars. Try and introduce very minimal color. I think like have things look more like this. I think this kind of works. So it's got to go faster. You want a million and one things, but like first and foremost, you want it to control better and go faster. Then I think you're trying to do like a million. You've 21 levels, 40% of the game, right? So you're trying to do too much content, too many boss fight. I think you're spreading yourself a little thin, trying to do like boss fights and stuff like that. Let's have a look at the trailer, see what else is in the game that we might have missed.
I can't be remembering this correctly. Why
we
are
saw
you
this.
doing this?
What even are these, like exploding clouds?
Oi! Who's ready for some barbecue? Smells smoky in here! Time for a helping hamburger!
Right.
Oh, I'm on fire! Oh, she's a beaut.
Could be a bit of a fixer-upper. How come she didn't come with us? Is everything okay?
I can't, like, some of it's really quiet and some of it's really loud, so I can't hear most of it. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, you wanna, right, so yeah, try and keep the art style consistent, try and match everything. I would try and match everything to the character. I would delete 80% of your levels and go right back to just the few very basic platformers you have and try and make the platforming feel good. What's this? Oh. His face, look at that. That's cute. I might get that and green screen myself against it. That'd look nice. Can I do that? Hang on. So yeah, I would take, I would like bring you down to like just those like small number of levels, just because I want you to focus on so many of the basics first. Okay, don't get too carried away with trying to do things like your bosses and like a million levels and stuff like that. You just want to get the platforming to feel nice and good. And once that's there, you'll have a lot more fun making the levels because they'll feel fun for you to play as you're playing along with them, right? So reduce the levels and reduce the number of levels you got enormously. Work on the controls, try and make it feel faster. Increase the jump speed, increase your gravity. You want to, as I say, the jump arc is okay. I would honestly get rid of your double jump and your triple jump. I don't think they're necessary. I don't think they really help your game a lot. And you just want to try and or make them things that maybe you want to unlock along the way, but you want to just get the very very basics of it to feel good first. Okay. And then level design, you try and make use screen space. If anything, I would think about reducing the screen space, just and maybe zoom the camera in a bit, just so that you don't feel overwhelmed in your design and don't have too much to play with. Try and keep them simple, linear. Try not to use gaps that you can fall down through and things like that. Just stick to controlling the space with your spikes and things like that. And try and make them simple, linear, and just think about the narrative of the level, what you're doing from each point to point, and make sure when the player looks at the screen as a whole, it makes sense to them. Try and avoid leap of faiths where like you don't really, only the person who made the level knows that jumping to the right is what you have to do. It just looks like a pit to me, so you gotta take that sort of thing into account. There's a lot, right? But my key thing here is I think you're trying to do like a whole thing, and I think you should downscope, focus on the fundamentals, because I think a lot of those things are missing in that game, even though there might be a vision that is interesting and you might have interesting ideas for mechanics and boss fights and all that kind of thing. I think you're going to struggle to really get them across in a satisfying way because your fundamentals aren't there and players aren't going to get to that point in the game because they're not just enjoying the fundamental feel of the game. important other things are things like having some sort of animation, some sort of anything happen when you die that like indicates what's happening. Don't just level restarts. Just don't do that. And if those things aren't there yet, you can't really call it a beta because it's not feature complete. It's no, you're not just making little tweaks, or I'd hope not, because there's a lot of features that I think are fundamentally missing. So, don't spread yourself so thin. Don't try and make something that's like 100 levels long when you don't have the fundamentals there yet. Okay, get a fundamentally really fun feeling platformer first, just out of 5, maybe 10 levels, you know, and really refine those. And when you've got that, that's when you want to then sort of think, okay, what other things can we do with this, and try and like expand it from there. All right, hope that made sense. Let's come out of space. Oh no, I'm stuck. How do I get out of space? Oh yeah, it's a bit more out of space. There we go. That's a good background. That looks really nice. I'm downloading that or something. But can I get that? It just looks good. I've just got links to other YouTube videos. I guess the video is here the whole time. There's no like download link. Oh, I'll like it. We'll come back to you. No, not install YouTube app. Know how I bookmark this. Oh, there, yeah. Not added a bookmark in some time. All right. I am very easily distracted. It is true. So thank you for that one. Like, obviously a lot of enthusiasm, but I think just a lot of work needs doing on the basics. All right, just the basics. Try not to get carried away. Um, with the grand vision, and the excitement, and the deep story, and all that kind of thing. All right, just really get those, just really nail those fundamentals, and then go from there. I hope that makes sense. I jumped a lot. There was a lot to talk about, so I jumped a lot of things, but they all add up to the greater whole, which is focus on the fundamentals. All right. Thank you, McFarlane. Let's take a look at Pluck, formerly Heartswap by JohnProxy. Tutorial slice of the latest build. Controller required. Something I've played before? Sent through ufile.io. Message from Ryan. What does Ryan have to say? Ryan's telling us my download has started to let him know if we have any problems. Well, it's got the little one and everything. I hate this website right now. Holy crap. Oh, I'm gonna refer. No, go away. Let's give it. Pick the first file uploads website. Okay, so recommendations for the future: Dropbox, itch.io, even that Mega, whatever it is called, website works okay. Even Google Drive. Oh, you're right. I left him hanging. Good, thanks. Support is away. Oh, now we're both writing Heartswap. This was the game with. I know which game this was. I'm Ender. The problem is now there's less text, or we're going to talk about it less, and we're going to talk about the game instead. Are you ready for that? We'll see. We'll see what's changed. We're like a spaceman. How many games have we got left, by the way? 3. Time is 4:30. Okay, just checking. Pluck. Sorry, I just minimized. This is Balthazar. Let him move about with the left analog stick. We also have keyboard controls though, so I mean, you kind of want to detect, I guess, whether or not the player has a controller plugged in and show them keys based on that. Keyboard, it's not finished. Alright, well, with that in mind, we will plug a controller in as soon as I final. Will it pick up the controller right away, or will I have to restart the game? No shame either way, I'm pretty sure Pokey Poke I still have to restart the game again to pick up controller. Ah, it grabbed it right away, nice one. This is Balthazar. He looks different as well. Look, he didn't look like this before. Looks like he's got a stylish little outfit on there. Dismiss tutorial. Alright. It's like, it's not the most elegant tutorial. Yeah, the stuff, but it, you know, it works. Alright. Oh, we got some like subtle like half slopes. It's like I wrote in the slopes, I'm gonna use them, damn it. There's the heart scanner, pick it up. Aim it and having to see what kind of heart it holds. Oh. But the problem is, I did that and then it's immediately cut off the rest because I just read one thing and I was like, okay, I'll try that. But there was something on the left and we missed what that was. Just to be fair, I'm gonna go back. So that's an issue, but we want to, you know, I don't think I need to spend ages rubbing in the consequences of that issue. Tilt the right analog stick to scan in that direction. Aim at and then have, right, okay, so it's just that. Alright. But like, you know, I could have missed important information. I could have just run on, but I could have read that first thing first and be like, scan in that direction, okay, without reading the thing on the right. Or seeing that icon either. What is that even? Okay. Signpost. Okay. That implies there's something I can do with it? I have not, like, I like that the way this comes on the side looks cool and everything. And it's tricky because you do have just a weird mechanic, but I still don't really know how to interact with this thing now. So now it's just like, oh, damn it, because I was like, you gave me too much info, and I'm like, no, I don't have enough info. You know? And that feels like I should be able to do something. Oh, unless that's just, that is how the signpost works, right? We scan it. The top line of the heart scanner shows the inhabitant's title. Okay, this is cute, alright. I was a little confused at first. Heart scan, target focus, the final line of the heart scanner shows additional details should you want to know more. Okay, I don't know how I feel about each line being like on its own line. Like that. I feel like maybe you want like, since it's a little paragraph, it feels like each one of those lines feels like it feels like this independent thing, whereas I feel like it's actually just showing a paragraph, right? So if it were me, and again I try and lean away from ultra specific advice where I can, but like if it were me, what I would maybe consider would be doing this as like a in one block, you know what I mean? So oh wait, my zoom in did not work right there at all. There we go. So like as one block would come on rather than just like one line, right? Yeah, just a fat bar, yeah. We call this anima. Bolt came to this place to gather as much as he can. We can do this by entering portals and completing the trials. See, at this point, you've told me how these little signs work. Why not do this information through the signs? Because it's a cool little mechanic with some nice game feel about it. Well then, like, if I come back here, does it show the other one? No. I'm trying to think how I would have might be a more elegant way. But honestly, it's fine. What you're doing is okay, so I'm not going to push you too hard on just constantly making the tutorial more and more elegant. We'll save point, touch to activate, which I guess we did. Oh, I'd show the focus bar. Ah, okay. Interesting. Alright. Oh. Don't have a heart means you can pass right through them! It's the mechanics! They believe in you. I like how they just have little flavor text now as well. But that could have been on a signpost, right? This information. Like, you want as few of these moments as possible, right? I know some of them will be necessary to a point. Some of them just come up with no scan now and again. It's just like a bug or something. Ugh, because yeah, I like that at least you're letting me continue to move around, but it is still jarring when these come up. At least it's not just freezing, like just information. Like it's better. It's not quite there. This is a monolith. Scanner will show details of what you're scanning, including the name of its heart if it has one. While you aim at the heart, you may pull the right trigger to pluck it from the inhabitant, drawing it into the heart scanner. I see. Play heart. And its effect on, alright, so holding different hearts might do different things. Yes, this is like, it's very, very hand-holdy, very, very in-your-facey. It's better than before, for sure, and this works, and like keeping control while it's on the screen and stuff is good. Like it's better. I want to emphasize that it is better, but I think maybe you could have just like done it with like just being a little bit more subtle about it, and maybe just use the signpost. Now you told us how the signposts work. Let me just use that mechanic over and over rather than just like right. Made the signs after the tutorial because I was sick of making the tutorial. Well, now you have them, right? They have nice feel about them, you know, they're less like thing in your face. Because there's already quite a lot on screen that remains on screen, like all your scanners and your heart things and so on, right? I don't know what this is about. I felt like I was dying when I saw this thing at the top here that's just like one of like the heart that's like fragmenting and so on. This looks like level I can get to. Don't know if it is, but it looks that way. Just bear that in mind if I'm not meant to be able to get up there. Oh, this door looks freaky, like a weird gaping maw. Okay. The trial, like it's like Poke. Meet him again. I might run over here without noticing that arrow, but I suppose it cuts off the thing. Can't pluck a heart that isn't there. See, like, you're doing it now. Like, you're like just giving little bits of information through this. And I'm interested, you know? Like, some of them have had cute flavor text. So I'm like, oh, I want to read what they say. And so now you can use that to be like, oh, and here's some sneaky information about how the game is played. This is really good. How do we get up here then? That looks very close, so you have to be careful with things that look close, because I might try and do stuff like that for ages. Guess we need another one from somewhere. Can't get to there yet then. Not affected by principle. Say that again. Oh, I don't know what those are yet. What is a principle? Little mouth noises. They're very obviously mouth noises, but they're cool nonetheless. Yeah, it's a very big improvement of the original, definitely. Oh, like, there's still a ways to go, you know, with a lot of things, but like some big improvements for sure. And clouds looking now. Alright, these are like locked off trials for whatever reason. I'm here to gather anima or whatever, right? I can't remember. Be my guess. Okay. I suppose that's simplify. Oh, I get how it's, yeah. So if you fell down, be like, oh no. Okay, yeah. A little confused by it at first, just because of you've got it like very, like look at that. That's quite a complex shape. So it took a little bit for my brain to be like, probably just simplify it a little. I don't know. That's a taste thing. That's a few. I feel like this hasn't sent me back to where I was though. I feel like I was somewhere. I don't know. Maybe that. I don't know. I've ended up somewhere else from where I was originally. You know. I don't know what's going on. Find heart crystals to release the burned heart, giving you access. Okay. No heart. Now let's domesticate. I like how some of them have like different fonts and stuff. Do this. I get the progression. I see there's these trials. I do these some trials, and the thing will open up. I get it. We haven't introduced too many mechanics at once, but I can. Some different types of floor showing up, but oh, does he like? Oh yeah. Make you solid. Cool. One little concept at a time. The level has remained fairly linear. I don't have too much to think about. These areas up here do stand out a little. It's okay, really, but it stands out a little bit as being like, oh, can I go there? Can I? I think it's reasonably obvious. I can't. Oh, did I not do this one? Oh, sweet tooth. Man, I'm just so sneezy today. It would almost be cool if the heart carried the text around with you. Like, the text seems to be linked to the entity rather than the heart it carries. So I don't know. Has a bouncy heart. Candy heart. I see. I get it. No heart all makes it like translucent, but then some hearts make it do different things. So if we take you out of you, put you in you, get you out of you, and put you in you. What are we doing there? No, I want to read all the things. Making little hidden text things that I have to pull up is smart. I want to read them. I'm like, whoa, what does that say? You look like a scanner. Oh, okay, you have to scan your head. Empty heart. Ah, no. What the trick was me? What trick? They don't do anything, they just hold hearts sometimes, right? Can I jump on this? No. It blocks the scanner, but like I can't stand on it. Oh, I don't know if I was meant to be able to get that. No. Some sort of emergency thing happened where I was in a thing I wasn't supposed to be, so it just gave it to me. Oh, that was a cool maneuver, actually. How intentional that is. Like putting it in as you're falling. Or sucking it out as you're going up. That's fun. I need to get that. Maybe put that there, maybe that's what that's about? Yeah, you actually have, yeah, I forget the range on this thing's quite long, right? I can't actually get all the way there, can I? Whoa. Tricky. Like another heart at the start of the level. Ah. It's quite hard to get that out though, unless we do this. Well, it's quite an advanced maneuver to make me have to do if that's required. It's cool, but it's probably a bit early to require me to do that if that's the way you're meant to do it. Might be wrong. Put it in. Go in. Oh no, the scan thing's like going past it. Ah, it's just a bug. Okay. Level restart. You can scan through the glass I'll hand. What glass? I'm liking like the mechanical ideas in here. The level design needs probably a bit of work, maybe making a bit more small, a bit more linear, a bit clearer to understand all the stuff. The green pipes. Oh yeah, I realized I can scan through those. Oh wait, oh actually. No, yeah, I didn't realize that. Because they are, yeah, you can collide with them, but you can scan through them. They're like the inverse of those, right? Oh, right, meaning you can get it from under here, and that's probably important. But I can't get it from when I'm over there. And that also needs to be, like, pink, right? Oh, right, meaning I didn't have to... Just can't... Yeah. I can't get low enough is the problem, though. This game, like, seems super long. There we go, that's the angle you want. Ah, god damn it. Oh, what do I do now? Thought this was taking me somewhere, but now there's sort of nowhere else to go. Do I leap of faith down here? Oh, do we go up there? Where does this level take us? Was I meant to drop down, do we think? I think I'm gonna finish on this level. And I know there's like, you've got all kinds of cool mechanics and stuff, but just want to keep moving on. I need to come this way at all. I wonder if there's an upgrade later that lets me hold two at once. That'd be hype. Okay. Yeah, weird level design there, because I feel like I could have got them right. Maybe I couldn't, I don't know. Yeah, long falls, leap of faith. You gotta make sure the player has a clear understanding of the path they're taking. Doing all that did a thing. Now in theory we can use half from this to get up here. And then this takes us on to further places. What's this green one? Oh right, we should look some stuff. Okay. Yeah, so this is massively improved. The issue there with that pink level is not just like the general level design of it, but also it added a few too many things at once. What that level should have added was the pink thing showing that you can bounce, and a simple jump you had to bounce to involving one pink thing. And then that'd be the whole level kind of thing, right? Then we introduce things like the glass blocks that you can aim through. Then we introduce things like the ones that you can't scan through but you can stand on. Bring these things in one thing at a time, just slowly. I know it feels very glacial to do it like that, but it's so worth it. And then when you combine them together, like the player has all the tools in their head to deal with the thing, and they're on board and they can play through it and they're going to have a better time. Drew together the working levels, okay. But on the whole, yeah, keep working on the tutorial stuff. Don't think that you're done with it now. I think that you can, move some of those things to the signpost. You can make some of the appearance of that stuff less jarring and so on. And I think also just fundamentally some of your controls maybe could, I don't know. Just keep going. I think you're doing a good job. I think you made a lot of improvement. I look forward to seeing how it comes along. It's good. Because I think things like, specifics again, warning. So whenever I give specific, try to take them with a pinch of salt. I don't know your game as well as you and so on, but like maybe things like, instant click to like absorb the thing, just making that just be a little bit quicker. Also would let you do some of the fancier movements a little bit easier. I don't know that the heart scanner being a thing that floats around him necessarily works more. Maybe it carries it like as a thing on his chest of whatever current heart. I don't know. Because otherwise it makes the scanner feel like these two separate, like there's got like a circle component and then a line component. It just makes it a little bit like to get your head around. Once you get your head around it, it's fine. So maybe it's just fine, and maybe it's all just about that onboarding. But there's just things about it. It's hard to point out the specifics, but it just makes it. It feels like the mechanics just feel a little bit clumsy. But once you get the idea of like, oh, hearts go in things and hearts have properties that can give things, and also or each entity has like information about it. That's great, and I would love you to just fill the world with loads of entities, even like those head ones that don't have hearts and just have some cool text that don't really matter, just because they're interesting. It's like, oh, what's this? What is it? What's it? What's it? Oh, and this one has a thing that does a different thing. Ooh, cool. It's good. I like it. It's a good little game loop. I want to downplay the skill elements. That's fine. That's good. That's good that you have a focus and a direction you want to take it. The thing I was saying with like, you can do the little fancy things. Maybe you can hide little secrets and stuff that you can do to the little optional things. Maybe you can get over that thing if you do a little fancy one. I don't know. Maybe don't distract yourself with that too much. As I say, it's good to have a focus and a thing you want to do. But that's I'm just saying there's things you can do there that could be interesting. And just because you want to focus on the puzzle doesn't mean you have to make the controls feel slower to like dissuade people from doing fancier stuff. That's more just about having control over your mechanics and your level design to make sure that people can't do what you don't want them to do. Smog on top of that clouds goes to test to allow the full bounce cheat. Right, so don't consider it a cheat. Instead, consider it like as another way of solving the level. That if you don't want players to be able to solve it that way because it detracts from how you're trying to pace the game and so on, then you actually want to change the level design or change the mechanics themselves. Oh wait, yeah, which is what you did. Sorry, you put them some smog in the way, but you don't want to introduce mechanics that they haven't seen yet, for sure. Which you said the level design was out of order, so maybe that's not what you did. I don't know. It's tricky, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. Yeah, it's good. I go into little things about it all the time, but I think generally my feedback is yes, it has improved a lot, and I look forward to seeing how it develops. I don't want to get into specifics of, oh, hey, I get excited sometimes, and I'm like, oh, maybe you could do this thing or whatever, but ignore all that. The general gist of it is like, keep working on the tutorial stuff. It's gotten a lot better. Make sure you introduce things in a proper order. Make sure just the pace of it is good as you go along. I know that's not, I know things are out of order and so on there, but just do make sure that stuff is good. And keep going. That's good. Pola by katevan, katevan, whoever you are, we're playing your game. A short platform-like shoot 'em up inspired by Blame. I don't know what that is. But we're gonna play this thing. Yeah. I can imagine. Yeah, no, that's hugely better. Yeah, it's good that you've seen that and built it by yourself, and and been like, oh, it's a thing, and just sort of discovered that. That's how much you learn just from building a thing. Anyway, mouse left for shooting, WASD for moving, ESC for pausing, E to interact with the blue doors. Said blame, not blade. I don't know what blame is in a video game context. Yikes. Is that a Pokeball on his shoulder? It's Team Rocket? What? Ugh. So that's just me tapping one button. Like we on Low friction. Yeah. I even have to kill this? I can just go up here. Right? Oh no. No. Maybe I did because that's maybe I'll open that. Is this a health bar or? They are the blue doors. Okay. Nice consistent resolution. Points right away just for being consistent. Can't remember if the initial cutscene ones matched, but as long as they matched within the screen, like each, as long as the frame, everything within the frame matches, that's the most important thing. Can't open that, I don't think. The tracer effects on everything like look nice and all, but they do make the screen very visually noisy, which can be a downside when I'm trying to avoid things, because like this will just like when I'm doing this and just moving left and right, all the trails off me kind of make me just sort of blur into a rectangle of space where I'm not actually sure 100% where I am at any one point, because there's just so much noise. Oh, that opened the thing. We're learning facts. Blow up the red things they like sometimes have. So there's some red door here, so I have to find some sort of horrible creature to kill, and that will open the way forward. And it seems to be shooting little homing things at me. And oh god! I don't know if it was actually making them or whether they were just where they were. And now this thing just shoots these. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Katevan. Oh, we played one of your games before. I feel like we played a platformer from you at one point. Yeah. I don't know what I am. What am I? I'm a little probe thing. Ooh. Okay. Where did that open up? Like something this way? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. I like that like the enemy things are a consistent color, so I just instantly am like, threat! Yes. Same for the doors as well, but then the door just say that. So I've identified that red things are the threat, blue door just fucking explodes and takes 40% of my life. Ah. Okay, so now some blue things are pretty threatening, but that's okay. Okay. Just give it credit on that now, like there's a big red thing that I can't interact with at all. Oh. So that confused me a little. I come here and I'm so used to just shooting red things and opening up the red things. I'm like, shoot this, but it's just background. It's not a big deal. Am I like slowly regenerating health? Yeah. So I suppose I could just chill out if I wanted to. End of game? Or crash? And that's the end. Okay. Yeah, I really like it. It feels a bit unfinished. Like I don't know, it's finally finished. Interesting. Yeah, good atmosphere. I didn't really get anything about what was going on or anything like that. It seems like we were some machine in a facility. It felt a bit like inverse of Carrion. Yeah, But the mechanics felt really nice. For the most part, everything was signposted fairly well. It was clear how to play it. It was like, oh, this thing opens up this thing. Especially like the first one you see, like they're right next to one another. So like there's a door here, this is here, and I shoot this for a while, and then this blows up. It was very clear. And what, yeah, like as chocobodundee says, like what is here is very polished. I would say maybe try not to go overboard with the visual like trail effects. This is maybe a personal taste thing. Some people love that kind of jazz, and you know, if you like it, you like it. Keep with it. Ignore me. I'm not your dad. But for me, I tend to get a bit overwhelmed sometimes when there's loads of these like pixel trails and stuff like that all going off at once. And it makes it harder for me to tell where I am and be able to like move around and stuff like that. Just me. Possibly others. I don't know. That's just feedback. The gun felt really nice. It like felt good. The gun, it felt weak, but like not in like a. It felt like it felt like at some point I could expect to upgrade this to another gun type of thing. It felt like the gun you start with. Not that it felt weak. It just felt like it had room. Like it was a bit. Like there was room for later on for it to be or whatever, you know. It's the best way I can explain it. But it felt good to use, which is important, right? It was like it had like nice little shaky quality about it. The bullets were and cool trails coming off them, slightly randomized, and little flashes of light. It felt good, right? These things were cool. They're flowing towards you. Then you got some new enemies. Like I like the way everything was signposted as red. It was just sort of a shame that the last level kind of threw that away. But I can't really like. There's not much there, but what is there, I can't really fault. You know, it's a great foundation for whatever it might become if it ever became something else. If it is just is what it is, then yeah, obviously it ends very abruptly. But what is there is very good, and it was fun. Someone said music will push it even further, but honestly, I kind of liked the silent atmosphere about it. Yeah, thank you for that one. So there's not much there, so I don't have a lot to say. But what is there is good. Like I don't really have a like. There's not really anything I can point to and say like this is like bad or like I would improve this. I don't know. It's hard to know with that. If there was more to it, maybe there's like other things. But yeah, not much I was gonna say. What is there? Very good. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. Is this our last game? Runelite from chocobodundee, who's waited patiently. For the same game jam. Finally finished something. That's a good game jam. I'm behind the ethos. This looks cool. It's 5 o'clock. So forgive me if like it looks like there might be quite a lot going on. So forgive me if we only play a little bit of it and maybe we don't see too much. That's just the way these things go. But you're a regular here, you know how it goes. I guess we'll just play it on here. Should I like zoom in? Don't want to upset the pixels. Choose your character. Red wizard. Oh, how do I choose? What are my keys? I'll reach floor 3 anyway, so it'll be locked anyway. Do I just click on this guy? Red wizard, HP 60, dagger, fire rune, starting perks to heal 10 when you descend to new floors. Cute. Feels a bit necrodancery. Oh, if I just... Oh, I don't know what I did. I just cost myself 31 life by pressing buttons. Oh no! What do? Can I hit him? Hit him! I'm dead. Okay, so we've learned Sean is bad at video games. Let's see if we can do a little better this time. Fire rune. So this all looks very cool, but I have no idea what any of this is. Tome of Power. You kill an enemy with ice damage. I don't know how many ice... Spells cast with only one rune deal 20% more damage. Spells with 2 or more runes deal less damage. That might be good early on. Let's get that. It doesn't show up anywhere. Fire rune. Range 3. Okay, so we've equipped that as like part of the spell. And then I guess we cast it in a direction. Ah, okay. We did a thing. Maybe I accidentally shot myself. Okay, that didn't... Ow. You can't use magic. This reminds me a bit of a game I've played a little bit of recently. Sort of in early access on Steam. You might, if you haven't already seen it, get some... Like, this is called Runelite. Maybe it's based a little bit... Because I'm sure that was called Rune something. Oh no, Shard something? Foundation? What's that? Oh, that's cool. Stop getting distracted, Sean. Stone Shard, yeah. There's a game called Stone Shard on Steam. It's in early access at the moment. And plays a little bit like one of these. Might be some good inspo. Okay. Okay, we just knifed a small dungeon cat. This one hasn't seen me yet, so let's murder it. What do you do? Oh, you make it bouncy and explodey. I see. Different. We get. We're unlocking runes to create different spells to do cool things, but then we're dead. And also, that would have done less damage because of that effect. Should this have sound, by the way? No, not a problem if not, but it is very much too late, I'm afraid, Bompies. This is our last game of the day. Oh, easy level. Oh, hang on. I kind of wanted this, but now. I like that we could see a thing he was about to do and get out of the way of it. That's cool. Did we get like 2 incompatible runes or something the first time? Is that what happened? Like I tried to use them, so it did... Ow! Damage to me. I don't know what this does, but it seems to make it do more damage, so... Maybe I should just attack when they're like close. I don't know how many fire things are in the game. It's weird that it's mouse controlled here, but... Cheat death, that's always good. That's like a universally strong power up in these kind of games. Things have like little aggro. How long was this? What were the time restraints on this jam? Was it a 2-day thing? No, I see. So the problem with that obviously is that you want the rules of that kind of thing to be quite clear from the start if it's something that can just kill you. Because if I was a less patient person, then I'm not even very patient. I might have like, and I wasn't doing a stream like this, and I was just, oh, what's this game? Let's play this, and that happened to me right at the start. I'd be like, I don't get it. I just kill myself. This sucks, and I just close the browser tab, right? So you be careful. You gotta make sure I understand what's going on. Which is like, yeah, you don't want to put in a whole bunch of like boring tutorial text and stuff, but like you gotta do something, right? You? A lot of it is like telegraphed fairly well. It helps I played a game similar to this recently. It's gold as well. I like the effects of like you kept it simple, but like still actually like pretty Like you've done a lot with very little, is what I'm saying. Like, you know, the movements feel nice and tweened, and I just cast fire on myself because I'm real smart like that. Hmm. Um, Staff, I don't know if that helps. Wasn't really any indication whether that was a better item to equip or not. How did he see me? It was through a wall. Don't know what this is, but sure. I'm gonna use it. And it just teleports me to here. Okay. So, in terms of a larger game, I like the whole the items and the money and stuff like that, and like all that sort of thing is my jam. But for the sake of a jam, what didn't mean to say that twice. For the sake of doing a game jam, especially something called Finally Finish Something Jam, FFS was a month. It was for finishing existing projects. I thought this was okay. That's you've got a lot more time. But I was gonna say, like, just thinking of jams and like the 48-hour window and stuff like that. If I was doing a short jam, I would probably not really be thinking about this kind of thing at all, and I would be putting all my time into this rune stuff, making everything that was going on with that really clear and making that as interesting as possible, trying to ensure whatever algorithms I had that were randomizing stuff were randomizing it in a way that was going to create a nice, like, scaled progression, making the simpler runes more likely to show up at the start, and so on, you know, that kind of thing. And forget about this stuff. With it being like a month long, maybe you got longer to flesh it out with more stuff, sure. This is cool, and like, yeah, I'm tempted enough to come back to this later off stream. I kind of want to see what some of these fancier combinations and things do. All these different stuff. I'm not getting very far because I suck, and I'm just not very good. But Total power, poison down. So was there any way to see like what perks you have and things like that? Oh, there's a whole bunch of rules down here as well. So these things need to be clear, right? We need to learn these things. Maybe when you pick up a rune, it just gives you just a little bit of text that's like, this is what this will do. Maybe when you start the game, what you could do is have a wall that you have to break down with fire to get to the stairway and that can be like floor 0 or whatever that leads you to floor 1, just so that you have an environment where the player is forced to learn the mechanic of the game off the bat and like how to control and do things before being exposed to the wider game. And you could maybe like put that on a flag, so show that once at the start of the game and then never go back there, you know, so then after that I would just bring them back at floor 1, you know. Just it's just an idea. I don't want to push specific ideas on people. There's a lot of different ways you could do that, but you know, that kind of thing would like show you the main gist of the game. And yeah, in future, if I was doing a jam game and I was focusing on this was my main idea, I would put all my time into this, you know, rather than all the time that's spent creating items and stuff like that, which are interesting and certainly a thing you'd add later on when you're starting to hit capacity on this stuff. But I would spend all my time, like, more runes, more cool ideas with runes, more enemies and stuff that do different interesting things and interact with more things that interact with the rune system, you know. I get in a way these do because they add damage, but yeah, you know what I mean. Hopefully, not that any of this stuff is bad or badly implemented or anything like that, but like if you don't do it, you have more time to do other things that get just a little bit more value immediately, you know? It's all about thinking, what can you add that's going to be the most value or is going to multiply the most value that we already have, okay? But I like this. I like this a lot. I like the artwork. It's very consistent. Some little bits are not consistent, but they're all right. They're passable. They're like close enough. I like the way like interactive, like gamey things are like hard outlined. Less gaming things are not. Unless, can I actually blow this up? Yeah, you can. Yeah, that would be the joy. Anyway, yeah, I like it a lot. This looks like it was really fun to make as well. Like all the little floating numbers look good. The animations look really good. Like, yeah, it's like all that stuff has had like just the right amount of time on it. You know, any more would be too much. Any less, it could have looked. It would have been able to look better. It's good. Try not to let your scope get out of control. Focus on the rune stuff. It's looking really good. I'd actually quite like to see more of it. I'd like to see it get a bit further, be a bit more developed, and so on. Yeah, reduce features, add quality. Not that you even really have too much of that, but just just the more you can do that, the better, you know. And keep it up. Really, it's really cool. And yeah, information. Make sure I know how this stuff works. That's very important. Okay, well, there's a bit of a PS at the end there, but that's actually a really big deal. Okay, and that is Feedback Friday. Thank you all for submitting the games, people what submitted games. Thank you all for watching, those what did not submit games and what just came and watched. Thank you for all the subs, the follows, the things. We do this generally every Friday. I said this last week that we might not do on next Friday, but then we did today. I do want to do some more Pokepoke stuff at some point, so that'll happen. I was going to run a poll, and then I was just like, nah, we'll do Feedback Friday. So I did. VODs will eventually make their way to YouTube. ARPG episode 34 is on its way. It's recorded. It's just been hard. It's annoying because I've had a really good pace going with them, and then it's just like shut down for like 3 weeks while I've been doing other stuff. It just is what it is. We will get there. We will finish that series. I promise. It'll get there. It's on its way. Sorry, Patreon supporters. I'm doing my best. Thank you everyone for watching. A lot of really cool. It's really cool to see a lot of games that we'd seen before today, or games from people who had submitted other games before. Katevan, Daddy Suck 5000's always good to see his stuff. And also games from people who I've seen the game before and have improved. JohnProxy's games. That's always really cool. Really cool to see people like taking the feedback on board and doing cool stuff with it. Reassures me that maybe my feedback isn't terrible when I play the thing that comes back and it's actually better. So that's good. It means it means it's working. I guess it means we're doing something positive. So that's cool. Thank you everybody. We've got 53 people here, so we see we'll find somebody doing something Game Maker related. That's always fun. Yeah, what did we do last time? Shut up, me. Science and technology. What did we do last time? I said shut up, me. Let's see if we can find channels. How do we? Why is it just showing show all channels? This isn't usually how it looks. Where's the big grid? Oh, categories. Oh, look, it's me. Anyone else doing Game Maker? We have to spot it. Some people customize their UI, so it can be hard to spot sometimes. We're hunting down. We're hunting for Game Maker. Unreal Engine. I mean, might be able to just Game Maker. No. Because there's some like Unity tags and things. Unreal Engine is a tag. Where's Unity Game Maker as a tag? They just have to put science and technology on. Game, make a game, make a game. It's not. No. Pew, pew. We're getting out of English speaker territory as well now, and I always feel bad if I like write someone with a bunch of English speakers and they don't speak English. Window. Where are my Game Maker streamers at, man? Where are you all at today? I know you're out there. I can usually just like spot the UI, but I'm not seeing it today. Tobal Primer Gen 2. Don't those guys usually have a ton of viewers? I don't know, Gen 2. Oh, he does not. Phase 369 Game Maker. Look on the ad break. No, man, we keep it in the community.
If we're in game, we want to be able to leverage.
Oh
the
yeah,
same menu
I've
system,
been here before.
but only be able to access
I
certain.
think I
parts.
followed this guy, but I don't watch Twitch enough to
In the
remember who I'm
settings, you can
following.
only access these pages. If
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something in Game Maker. He's got a cool little overlay a bit like mine, so let's raid him. His is better than mine as well. He has
That's
cool
pretty
looking
much it.
little
Everything
penguins
else
on it.
is
Raid.
pretty,
Or is it slash
straightforward.
raid? Slash raid. Into.
I'm thinking about it now. Maybe we don't need to rework this. Hold on. Maybe we don't need to rework the whole thing. We just need to rework this one aspect.
Lee Tragan is continuing the gifts that they got from Admin Blastoise. Thank you, Lee Tragan. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you, Admin Blastoise, for giving him the motivation.
Realistically, it's just this.
Intended for mature audiences. Oh, golly. Hope you're all mature enough for Gen 2 Games' channel. $35 viewers a raid now. Is that the cap? It's not going up anymore, so I'm assuming that's what we got. Everyone else is gone. If you've got the emotes, use them. Say hi to this guy. Stick around, give him some follows. I don't know what he's doing, but it's Game Maker. I'm hyped for anyone streaming Game Maker. So
Bazooka, what's up? Good morning.
have fun over there. Be nice. Represent the community well. And I'll see you all next Friday. There'll be a stream of some kind. Don't know what it'll be, but it'll be a thing. Later, nerds. Have fun.